Welcome back, guys. I'm Mellowseven. This is Football Manager 2018. This episode, we are going to play Lorenskog. The transfer window has just ended. Let's kind of see how that went. First of all, partway through it, I was just like, oh my God, this thing is just crawling. It's going so slow. So I went in, I turned off all of the leagues that weren't Scandinavia, essentially. So we've got Finland, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and Iceland on. Everything else we've turned off for the moment. That still left us 70,000 players in the database. And if that seems high to you, you're right. It seemed high to me too, but I couldn't quite figure out why. Until, as part of our drama throughout the season, Rasmussen came to me and told me he should be starting. And specifically, this is what he said right here. I said, look, A-team's in good form. You're just going to have to wait. And he said he hasn't been playing that well. Honestly, he thinks he's better. So let's go ahead and take a look at how A-team has been playing. If I can find the schedule, you'll see that at that point, which was right here between Skeet and Kjellhaas, he hadn't allowed a game in goal in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. And only allowed 1 in 7 games. He's got 8 shutouts. Rasmussen needs to be drug tested. Because clearly, he is not better than A-team. And A-team is playing pretty darn well. So, oh my gosh, just frustrating. So, needless to say, we sold Rasmussen. And at this point, when we go into our transfers, hopefully if I can find that, it's a long story here, right? We go to transfer history, we find Rasmussen, and we see where he's playing. He's playing with Tonsberg, and I went, Tonsberg? I don't recognize that name. His training's been doing very well, by the way, though. I almost told him if he kept it up, he'd get first team goals, but that was after we'd already had our falling out. So I was like, who's Tonsberg? And I realized it's a 3rd division Group 5 match, which normally we don't have in the game. But I'd gone through and added all of Clausen's extra leagues. Now, Clausen normally does the Mega Pack, which you can get on FM Scout. And I ran it pretty much all of last year for FM 2017. This year, it's all in the Steam Workshop, or at least a number of them are. And I had added them in from that. So, long story short is we had a lot of players in because we added Clausen's, which meant we have more leagues. There we go. So even though we're now just running the Scandinavian leagues, we still have 70,000 players in. Is what it is. I'm fine with it for the rest of this. At the end of the season, we'll turn everything back on again, and we'll try to find another job. Let's take back to transfers here. You saw one other name on there. We saw Pedersven. We sold him. We got offered $20,000 for him. Hasn't played spectacular for us this season. And the only player I brought in this time was Jan Tveit Ronning. Now, my assistant has continued, or the general manager and the head of youth development have continued to bring players in for the youth team. They're just killing it for that. But this is the only player I specifically brought in. And this is what he looks like. So pretty good target man. He's got good dribbling, good finishing, good first touch, really good heading for our level. Teamwork's okay. Off the ball is not great. And only acceleration of 10. Pace of 12 is decent for what we have. Mentals are really what let him down the most. They're pretty poor. Now, in my defense, what I was given to see was this. So acceleration could have been as high as 15, pace as high as 15, dribbling as high as 17. We saw some big numbers here. Now, we knew mentals were going to be bad from this. We did. I was trying to get him scouted before we put in an offer, but as you can see there, it says bid. There was more than one bid. There were about 5 bids for him. So we jumped in early and just took our chances. We figured if he's not good, we'll move him to lean 2, and we'll stick with Sveen and Hilmaseth. But he turned out to be okay. My only real disappointment is just the acceleration. I would have liked to have been a little bit higher, but, we can live with it. Anticipation of 7, bravery of 8. He's got to get in there and mix it up with the defensive the defense there as a target man. So, but you know what? Is what it is. I'm moving the mouse over stuff you can't see because I still have this on. Anyway, this isn't terrible. We can live with this. And as you can see, since we've brought him in, he does have a goal. He's actually played pretty well for us. And if we take a look at our schedule, was it this one? Oh, since we last saw you, which was, I believe, Oslo? I think it was Oslo. It was his second draw. We beat Skeid 1-0. You can see it was our midfield and Dahir that played really well for us. And A-team, of course. And then we had a draw against Kjellhaas, who was 1 or 2 in the league, and I believe Colin here is the #1 scorer in the league at the moment. So I'm fairly happy with that draw, all things considered. Especially when you see that Carlisle only played a 6-0 that match. I mean, that just, they put pressure on us. They really, really did. We were fortunate to get away with the draw, despite the fact that they got their goal. They didn't get a goal until the 90th minute, but it was a deserving goal. And you can see here, Ronning got his goal there. I believe it's in this match here. Let's go ahead and take a look really fast. We had a bit where him being, even though he didn't get a goal, and I'm not sure it really boosted his rating because he only got a 6-7. We tried to go more attacking on this one. We moved Dolly up as an attacking midfielder and played with 2 midfielders and an attacking midfielder. And we tried it and it didn't work. And in the end, we actually dropped him back to a defensive midfielder and swapped him out for Monson. And that's when we got our goal. But let's take a look at this highlight, if I can find it here. Review, pause, somewhere, field. There we go. It was a key highlight, I think. Find out. I clicked it. Let's see what happens. There weren't a lot in this game, so it shouldn't take too long. We'll have to see how this one... These should go fairly quickly. Like I say, it wasn't a terribly exciting game. Anyway, it was, when we get to it, you'll see it. We did a really good job of keeping the pressure. Up to this point, we hadn't had any shots. Despite being on attack with an attacking formation, we just couldn't get anything done. Is it here? Dolly feeds it in. This is it. Ronning gets it. Nice little pass over. Coley's got it over to Dolly, who bounces it off the woodwork. Ronning keeps it in, and we got another shot and beautiful save. Dolly had 2 great shots in there, but they were all because of Ronning kept the game going for us. And so while he didn't get a whole lot of credit for that, they were spectacular. They were big. We got 3 shots out of that, 1 off the woodwork, and 1 required a spectacular save to keep from going in. So all in all, pretty good. So let's go ahead. I think that rounds everything up. Sold Sveen, sold Rasmussen, bought in Ronning. We tried to sell we tried to sell Valois because he's 32, he's unhappy. There were no takers because he's a 32-year-old attacking midfield winger who hasn't played very well. We have, however, brought up Iverson because he was going to be the replacement for us on the left because we don't have anybody else that can play mid-left. As a youngster, he's played very well for us on the youth teams, on the #2 team specifically. I don't know why it keeps resizing that every time we go away from it. And you can see there he's 702 over the last 5. So we do probably need to get him a shot in at some point. He's got... I don't know how he does it. He's got good tackling and good teamwork, and that's about it. But he's played well for us, so we won't look a gift horse in the mouth. He's there purely as a backup shot. So tactics wise, I've already forgotten who we're playing. Lawrence Gog is 7th. So let's go with our standard control. We'll go to tactics. We'll make sure that we are on that for our match plans. Standard, use versus Larenskog, team selection. No real changes here except for you guys, except for Ronning up there. We'll go back to our standard formation. It's been working for us. I tried the attacking one purely because the media got me out of whack by saying I was a defensive coach. And I don't really try to be a defensive coach, but apparently I am. Wow, Lawrence Cog, despite being 7th, is first in form. We can deny him here. So they're really put it on a charge here. This is not the match I thought we were going to get, to be honest, because I hadn't looked at form. So let's go ahead and kick off and see what we can do. Maybe we should have gone counter on this one, but we'll see. If we have to, we can always back off a little bit. And there we go, change to control. And nothing happens. We are controlling possession, so I think we're fine where we're at. A-Team looks complacent, and because he's been unstoppable recently, there's no reason not to. I think he now has 9 shutouts on the season. He's been good. Now, to be fair, you know, it's because we do play a little bit defensive as far as our formation goes, meaning we have a flat 4 and a defensive midfielder. We don't really play defensive mentalities at all. We do play counter, but probably in less than half of our matches, and not for the entire match. So Roning's got it, feeds it up to Solberg. That was beautiful. Solberg feeds it across to Rune, who puts a head on it. I think Solberg should have just taken the shot there. Very unselfish with that. Rune ends up taking the shot, put a head on it, but wasn't quite what we wanted, but it's a good chance. Well, yeah, it was a clear-cut chance. Tveit Roning's got it again. This dribbling is so nice because our striker ends up, that time he wasn't, up there by himself sometimes just without any help. And they tend to get run off the ball really easily or having to take super long shots like that. So I'm really hoping that the dribbling is going to help. Dolly feeds the free kick in. It comes back out to Bruseth, who puts a deep shot on it to Adora Ramola. Nice cross. So that was beautiful. There wasn't a whole lot A-Team could have done for that. We just gave up on Bruseth over there. Again, we chased the ball. We didn't stay in our positions. We are structured. We're supposed to stay where we're at. I'm not even going to try that one again. We're just going to call him Mola from here on out. Blake feeds it back across. Gickling Bruseth is there. Puts it away. Good goal for them. Now we're on attack because we're down a goal. There we go. That match plan at work. We are still maintaining our possession advantage. Now look. Oh, I bet you, because it changes to the attacking formation, that we still have Hjelmaseth in. No? I don't know. It changed our striker right there. When it went attack, it put in Hjelmaseth instead of Ronning. So we're going to have to try to figure out why, because I don't want it making player substitutions for me based on that. Because what if we, to be fair, Ronning is probably the better attacking. Let him give that one. The attacking striker for us. It does say, by the way, on my profile that I rarely talk directly to my players, and that maybe because I have the assistant do most, at least the initial team talk. I usually do the halftime team talk, and I often do the end of team. And I talk to him privately on a fair amount, so I don't know. I'm not quite sure why we have that. Oh, Hjelmvet wasn't going to give him that one again. He just took him down, which is going to give him a penalty shot, but at least he saw the problem this time. He'll take the yellow. This one's not going well for us. I think I'm going to do a... maybe just a concentrate. We'll see how this thing goes. I have a feeling we're about to be down 2-0 here really fast. There's not a whole lot A-Team could have done about it. No, he guessed wrong. He thought it was going up to the right and it went down to the left. Wasn't a great shot, but he just guessed wrong. All right, so we're down 2-0. We are on attacking. Rune gets run off it there. Daramola. Carlisle gets back for it. Good job. Feeds it back up to Carlson. Back to Carlisle, who gets it up to Grieve. Grieve Monson there over to Rune. Dolly. Nice play there. Hjelmaseth's there. Takes the shot. Unable to make it stick, though. That's where we really wanted Ronning, I think, up there. Carlson out to Berg. Carlson maintained. Nope, he gets run off it too. They're doing a good job at running us off. They're challenging. Block has got it, but he was by himself. Everybody was back. We did a great job there. He just takes a bad shot. Not allowed to talk to anybody. I think we're going to go ahead and do a sub. Helmvet is on a yellow and has played terrible for us, so we're going to put Iverson in. He's going to get his chance. Sooner than I really wanted it to be honest. Man, Carlisle's been bad. Well, I don't think Carlisle's been as bad as they say he has been. He's not the guy. He didn't lose his guy at any one time. I don't know. I think that's a little bit unfair to Carlson. I think he's been fine. Not much is happening. I don't know what to tell you guys. As soon as the camera's on, we are not as good a team. Now, Lawrence Cog is hot right now. I mean, we saw that. They've just been absolutely on fire. And we've had a couple draws in the past. We have not been as hot as we were earlier in the season. But we haven't been bad. I expected us to win this one, to be fair. Berg gets up there. He takes a big shot. I mean, I guess it's not a long-range shot, but it wasn't on target. You know, we've had the better shot, or we've had more shots, but they haven't been the better shots. Only 2 on target. We have been a little bit fouling. We have controlled possession. There we go. Kick that way out. Julesrud has to run way back on it. He boots it forward again. Carlisle's on that one, too. Hassel put it into Iverson. Puts it back out. They're not really able to get anything mounted, but they are keeping it in our zone, or in our half of the field, which I'm not fond about. Rune puts it forward. Helmseth's unable to get ahead on it, but Rune gets back under it. Puts another one over the top to Helmseth, who just... Oh, it was actually a pretty darn good shot. Dahlin makes a great save, though. They're able to play it back out quickly. Lawrence Cog looks good right now. They've got good attacking play. They're playing really well. I think we're a little bit unlucky to be down 2-0. But they played well. We just didn't make the most of the chances we had. Whereas they did. I'm going to say... Do I have an unlucky, boys? I'm not pleased with the performance, per se, but I'm not... I'm just going to say it's one of those days. And they're just a hot team right now, you know? I think we should have got that one, but it is what it is. Not too terribly upset. We're having a few too many draws here, whereas a little while ago we were getting some wins. Now we seem to be getting draws. But we're still in third place. So I don't really have an argument that. Bram Larvik, though, have a game in hand, so they could knock us out of there. They could go as far as 29. So Kjellhaus also has a game in hand, but they're pretty secure where they're at. Essentially, these two are running away with it. And the rest of us are just kind of hanging on. But I thought we needed about 38 points at the beginning of the season to be safe. Top half. I think we're probably going to be okay. We've got 27 points now, 16 games in. So we've got 10 more matches to come up with 9 more points. So we need 3 more wins or the equivalent. What's our form been looking like? Yeah, 1, 2, 3 draws. I mean, we've only got 2 wins in this last stretch. So we had this one great stretch here where we were just unbeatable. But since then, a little bit of a drop off, but only our 4th loss of the season. So I won't argue that too much. What do they have to say? Wasteful Inn, I will not disagree with that. And that's it. So that's the roundup. I guess it says 20 minutes. So a little bit will get cut, I'm sure. Anyway, that's that. We will be back in... Maybe in here, maybe Fram Larvik, since they're the ones putting the pressure on us. Maybe we come back for that, and then the skied match at the end. Wrap up the season, see how things go, and then see where we're going to end up next season. All right. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you hated it, thumbs down. Love to hear your comments and suggestions. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more. Hit the little bell if you would like to be notified, and we will see you next time. Cheers.